Hey, good morning, guys. Can you hear me? Test. Test. Is the sound better than yesterday? Is the sound better than yesterday? Test, test. Test, test. It's good because some people said it was pretty. Yeah, right now there's echo because I'm trying to hear it myself. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna tune it up a little bit more. Alright. I think this is good. Great. Because I was listening on YouTube yesterday and it was pretty low. Even though people said it was fine. I'm gonna try to raise the sound volume in the software. Let's see here. How do I do that? I think I have to go through settings. Let's see here. Oh, this is it. Let's see. Now you're gonna get some echo now, guys, because I'm testing the software. Now the sound should be louder. Test, test. Alright, I'm gonna raise it a bit more. Maybe a little bit too much. Alright, I think this is good. Turn off the echo. Alright. Pretty muted open today. I don't see a lot of earnings season is nearing its end. Let's see here. Let's look at the earnings. The bulk of the earnings season has passed. We're gonna get some earnings next week. Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, but it's pretty much over. It's mostly like smaller caps and China names that are going to report over the next couple of weeks. But we had a decent earnings season so far. We had D-Dog. This one I missed, but man, I was looking at it. Oh, yeah. This is probably one of my bigger misses of the earnings season because it's a nice liquid stock. I did get Shopify. Hasn't had a lot of follow through yet, but it's kind of surfing the 10-day. I got Palantir. This is probably my best one this earnings season. I have some decent size. It's up like 30%. AI is nice. IMGN, she's still waiting for another leg up. Hopefully we'll get it, maybe not. APLD, this is a tiny position in my tax-free account. And I also had ZS, but this one I kind of sold. Into strength, because I still don't trust the market yet. So I'm like, I just sell some things into strength. Wait for new opportunities. And I really don't see anything good pre-market right now. The positions that didn't work out, yeah, I have to look at in my journal. Well, yeah, SRPT is one that I bought last week, or was it Monday? I don't remember. This one I bought, didn't work out, got stopped out. FSLR I got stopped out. What else? Monday, this one I had a pretty tight stop on this one. I had it yesterday on the stream, but then I sold it before the close yesterday. I just don't like it. Like all the other ones are going up, this one's just pulling back after day one. I don't like it. What more did I have? Oh yeah, I had DraftKings. That one I got stopped out of. It was kind of a little bit extended going into earnings, so wasn't ideal situation. I remember I bought it the last earnings season too. Had big volume, but then it just crapped out after the earnings because the market was weak. Then it based, had a breakout here, built higher lows, surfed the 50-day, had a breakout a couple of weeks into earnings, and yeah. I bought it on this EP, it didn't work out. Let's see here. What else? I think those are the ones that those are the recent EP trades I had. One miss I had was Uber. This one was also picture perfect. I passed on it, unfortunately. Very liquid stock. Not a big move, but you know, it's liquid. Can do a lot of size. Yeah, app. This one my girlfriend has. She bought it. This was picture perfect too. And also, you know, the earnings themselves, yeah, it's like 14% revenue growth. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of shit, but you know, the market is forward looking. They probably expect bigger profits and revenue growth going forward. Hence the volume, right? Hence the volume. You had a big base breakout. It's been building higher lows for 5 months. Have this high volume breakout on earnings. That's what you're looking for. Hasn't had a lot of follow through yet. It's only up like 10-15%, but you know, it's still early. Let's see what it does in the next few weeks or months. And then there's a lot of stuff my girlfriend is in. She bought ENVB yesterday. Like this one went up. She bought it opening range highs. This thing went up 99% intraday. Oh, the market is open. Good luck, everyone. Let's see if we get a gap and fade in the markets, or if it's gonna hold the gap up. Or at least in the Russell. That's the one gapping up. Why is this scan showing yesterday's stocks? Not okay, now it's updated. Not seeing anything great so far. At least nothing liquid. I'm not gonna talk about the liquid stuff because I know how people work. They're just gonna jump and buy because I mention it. And guys, also follow the instructions on the screen because you are gonna get blocked if you don't follow chat rules. These random tickers without any context, you know, we don't want this here. This is not like one of these pump rooms people, you know, write a bunch of stupid shit. No. If you wanna do that, go to a pump room and write stupid shit. I don't want it here. If you have anything you want to say about a ticker, say it. If you have a question, say it. Just mentioning a ticker in chat, no. Damn, this net really did big turnaround since the disappointing earnings it had like a month ago. Holy shit. Coin daily. Yeah, the weekly, just in a stage 1 right now. If you can have a high volume breakout of this base, like an EP or something, that would be interesting. It's had a lot of negative news flow over the past month, like regulatory stuff. But if this thing can break out on high volume one of these days, that's gonna be a powerful signal. Biotechs are super strong. IBB, XBI, especially XBI. IGV software, strong. Semi, super strong. Some of the semis are kinda getting a little bit extended, like Nvidia, AMD. They've been straight up for a while now. This LI, the Chinese EV maker, this one is holding up really well considering China has been dumping over the past few days and LI is consolidating. That's a good sign. Ari. Yeah, it's a nice solar, pretty big numbers. Had an EP, was it last week? And it's kind of breaking out of this long 2-year base here. It's been building higher lows for the past, whatever this is, 7-8 months. And now it's breaking out of this range on volume. That's a good sign. It's a lot of stocks this earnings season that have started breaking out of, long bases on volume, like Uber, right? Shopify, big volume. Been building higher lows for a long time. Meili. Actually, Meili broke out last earnings season. I was thinking about buying it here at 1,000 and was it 995 or something? I passed on it. It's a slower name, but these types you can hold for longer. This institutional type, larger cap. You can hold them for months and even quarters. EPs you can hold for days, or you can hold them for much longer if they're like larger cap names. Oh, this one had earnings. What's the earnings on this one? Nothing special. SKX. Yeah, it's a very slow name. Very slow name. CSIQ. Yeah. Wait, they had earnings the other day. They had earnings, 2 days ago. Oh, those are pretty big numbers. How did I miss this one? The estimates are nothing special though. But yeah, another one. Kind of breaking out of this big range. Interesting. Have to look at the... TAN monthly is in a big flag. God, I've been building higher lows for a long time. Just stuck in this flag. But yeah, if it starts breaking out of this flag, oof. I added wrong numbers on Glob, I did. Fucking Market Smith. They're not what they used to be. They suck nowadays. Yeah, MVST, my girlfriend is in that one. Had huge volume on the earnings. They pulled back, and now it's just, kind of going sideways for now. This is what you want to look for. Big volume. Here it had big volume too. It didn't have that much follow through. But also the market back here was pretty shit. For small caps especially. Yes, I did teach her to trade. She trades EPs. Well, I mean, on EPs it depends, but if it goes up a lot the first 3, 4, 5 days, there's nothing wrong to trim them. Especially if they're like smaller cap names. They tend to be more explosive. Something like, I don't know, Uber or, stuff like that. They're kind of slower, or Meili from last earnings season. Well, this one actually did make a decent move. But usually, you can trim, after 3 to 5 days. Some of them you have to trim, like the MDGL I talked about like yesterday on the stream. I bought it 210, went up 50% in 3 or 4 sessions after 3 sessions after entry. You have to trim, right? You have to trim. And then you can trail it either with a 10 or the 20 day or whatever, whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. Like MAXN, no, which one was it? ON, this is the one. Like this one was a bit frustrating. Like my girlfriend's used a 10 day as a trailer. She bought it last earnings season or whatever in March on this earnings here. Textbook big base breakout, big volume, right? She bought opening range highs, it went up, she sold some, and then it closed below the 10 days. She sold it, dipped a little bit more, and then it went higher, right? So sometimes the 10-day works better, sometimes the 20-day works better. Usually the 20 works better on like larger cap stocks, and this is like a larger cap stock, 18 billion market cap almost. But you know, if you trade something like, you know, something small like APLD, you know, you should probably do the 10-day. I use the 10 EMA. Good MarketSmith alternative. You know, I think MarketSmith has really sucked over the past 6 months, a year. They're not updating the numbers like they used to. Like sometimes, especially like China names, it takes a few days before they update the numbers. They fucking suck nowadays. They've always been slow on China names, but I think, you know, I can't really recommend MarketSmith anymore. I'm gonna show you real quick what I look in MarketSmith. I pulled up the CSIQ. You can really quickly see the past 8 quarters, like the EPS and the revenue growth and the numbers, and you can see the EPS estimates for the next 2 years, and you know, a little bit more information that I don't really pay attention to. This is really what I look at, the current numbers and the estimates. One alternative I've been using over the past year is Koifin. Here you can also see like the estimates. That's what's important, right? Because a stock can have good, you know, big growth now, but then they, you know, are gonna decline. You know, EPS revenue are gonna decline going forward. You know, that stock is not gonna go up, right? So estimates are important. So here you can see for the next couple of years, you know, EPS and revenue estimates, because markets are forward looking. And this and the past earnings season, you've seen, you know, a lot of stocks that kind of rally on mediocre numbers. And why do they rally on mediocre numbers? Well, because the markets probably expect they will have better numbers going forward. So they're starting to price in. That's how the markets work. And back in like early 2022, for example, there were a lot of stocks that had great numbers, but they just kept going down and down and down. Why? Because the market expected them to have bad numbers going forward. And the market was right. And now we're starting to see the other way around. A lot of stocks have mediocre numbers, and they're rallying on them. So that's why, you know, price action is super important. Oh, IMGN breaking out finally. Finally. Yeah, I don't think MarketSmith is really needed, just because they're not updating the numbers as fast as they used to. I can't really recommend anyone, you know, pay for MarketSmith if they're not doing a great job anymore. They're not. They're a bunch of, I don't know what's going on there, but they're just, you know, they're not good anymore. I don't care. It's a shame. Yeah, TradingView, let's see that dashboard. Yeah, I don't know how quickly. Oh, really? Oh, that's a great one. I have to look into this. Look at this, guys. This is like a MarketSmith. I don't know what half of this means, but yeah. Yeah, I have to look into this. If the not MarketSmith, TradingView is pretty good. I like how they do things. They feel fresh and modern, and there's so much things you can do with it. TC2000 is great, but it feels like, I mean, I don't know. It feels like they're gonna be relevant in 5 years, especially if TradingView keeps improving. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm using TradingView in 5 years and not MarketSmith. Right now they're still great, but TradingView keeps getting more and more functionality and better functionality. And they also have a stronger community. Like the community on TradingView is really strong. It's a very social platform. TC2000, not as much. TradingView alerts stink. Okay. Volume buzz. Yeah, volume buzz is nice. I'm sure you can get volume buzz in TradingView too. I'm sure someone has made a script for it. Only paper traders use TC2000? Yep, true. Everyone knows real traders use TradingView. And they also trade via TradingView. TradingView scanner is bad compared to TC2000? Oh, really? Okay. Yes, several people have said that. So maybe TC2000 is not going to be relevant as fast as I thought. Are you keeping Carvana? Yeah, Carvana is one of these stocks. Like, if you look at their balance sheet, you're going to puke. You're going to throw up. But, you know, I had Carvana back in, I bought it on this day here initially back in early January. And it ended up going up. And then I added on this day here. And I think I may have added one more time somewhere here. But, you know, from my initial buy, it went up like 250% in a month. I was hoping it was going to hit the declining 200-day, but it never did. So I gave back a lot of profit. But, you know, that was a big trade, one of the bigger trades I had this year so far. And, you know, I'm looking at it. Now it's getting volume again and just not going. You know, you look at the balance sheet, you're thinking they're going to go bankrupt any day. But, you know, the stock is hanging in there. It's a heavily shorted name. And, you know, you look at the weekly chart, or actually it's better looking at the monthly. I mean, you know, I think the risk reward is good. Maybe it's gonna turn around, I don't know. But I feel like, you know, this thing keeps going, you know, starts, you know, gets a bid. It's been building higher lows for weeks now. You know, this thing could make a big move. I bought it initially on the EP day here, but it just went, you know, I bought it and then it went straight down, got stopped out. I think I got stopped out twice on it. I rebought it on this day here. Then I got stopped out, I think, on this day here. And then I rebought it yesterday. So, you know, I've taken 2 losses on it so far. We'll see. Hopefully third time is the charm. It's all about risk reward. Like this thing, once it gets going, it could double in a flash. It's already done it this year once. Do you think a secondary breakout after an EP is valid, e.g. IMGN? What do you mean valid? Like it's breaking out, you know, it's been building higher lows. And now it's breaking out. Yeah, sure, it's valid. Would I buy it here? No. Because breakouts haven't really been working past 18 months. What has been working though are EPs. EPs have been working pretty decently. So I'm just focusing on EPs. But breakouts, has been choppy when it comes to breakouts. Very choppy. Yeah, another one, guys. Like, you know, like the scan I showed you on the stream yesterday. Like, you know, you study these things. There's just so much opportunity. Just look at the past month. How many opportunities there have been in the EP space. Just over the past 4 weeks. How many stocks have doubled or gone up 50% in a short amount of time after an EP, right? NNOX, this one my girlfriend traded, right? It gapped up like 40%. She bought, I don't remember where she bought it, maybe in mid-9s or something. And look at it. It's up over 100%. It went up over 100% from her entry. Now, she sold it too early. She didn't really follow the rules on this one. But, you know, there's just so much opportunity, guys. There are no excuses. All these bears, you know, calling for a like a crash and this and that. It's the same people that have been at it for the past 50 years. It's just new players all the time. If you focus, if you have a market filter, like obviously in a downtrending market, these things are not gonna work. But right now we're in an uptrending market and just stocks just explode. They just explode. Now, you can be in the camp, the whiny camp, like, oh, the economy's gonna go to shit, the debt ceiling, this, that, blah, blah, dollar, oil, blah, blah, blah. Or you can actually focus on what's going on in front of your eyes and make money off of it. Like, there's gonna be crashes, there's gonna be bear markets. We just had a bear market last year. Sure as hell, there's gonna be a storm, right, coming. But that doesn't mean you're not gonna leave the house when it's sunny, right? But that's literally how some people live their lives in the financial markets. Always looking for the next crash, never going out in the sun, never enjoying the good weather. That's just how sad some people are. You get stuck in the doom loop of negativity, and our brains are wired for it. Our brains are wired to catch up negative stuff over positive stuff. That's just how we're wired. Just look at any newspaper or, you know, TV news or whatever. It's just a bunch of negative news all the time. There's almost no news stories about good stuff, like feel-good stories. Very few. Why? Because that's not what, you know, gets you eyeballs and clicks. Same thing in the financial markets. Doom and gloom, it sells. Have I sold some IMGN? I don't think I've sold a single share. No, maybe I've sold like, wait, I have to check. Maybe I've sold like, I don't know, 10% or something. IMGN. Nope, I haven't sold a single share. I'm still holding it. I bought it at 11 bucks. Opening range highs. I remember when it had this, you know, mini intraday, like someone market ordered this with a lot of shares. I was like pennies away from getting stopped out. I'm like, what the fuck? And then, you know, it's just straight up since. That's trading. It was an offering intraday, okay. Well, usually, you know, you always get an offering on these types of biotechs that have news. Every single one, like MDGL too, had an offering after this, you know, big EP day. And, you know, if they go up on the offering, they usually go up on the offering if they're good. So you don't have to worry about it. Same thing with VKTX. I think they had an offering too. Like this one had 2 EPs. This here was same day as MDGL. And this was a miss. Oh, what a miss. I'm like, nah, it just had an EP that worked out. It's not gonna have another one in such a short amount of time. Well, yeah. It's only up like 85-90% since. Yeah, 14.50. Yeah, exactly. They always have an offering after this good news because they know there's gonna be liquidity, and it doesn't matter because if it's good news, like fundamentally game-changing news, the stock is gonna go up because the funds want in. Because these are legitimately good news for these businesses and for humanity too. These are not like piece of shit small caps that are in business of selling stock to their shareholders, right? These are real companies actually doing, you know, groundbreaking things. So there's a difference between an offering and an offering. If I scale PLTR, yeah, I sold 1/10 yesterday into strength, and now I'm gonna trail it with a 20-day. I think, you know, it looks great. Just breaking out of this, you know, multi-year base, and you know the volume is just enormous. We'll see. It's kind of a funny stock. People either really love it or really hate it. Just like Tesla over the past 11 years, 12 years since the IPO. People either really love it or really hate it. USGO. Yesterday, it was just a random breakout. Well, look at the EP it had here. Look at the EP. Yeah, you could have bought the breakout yesterday, or you could have bought the EP. How much do you take into account FOMC later today? Well, about as much as I've taken into account every FOMC since I started trading. I don't really care. Look, either your stocks are gonna go up or they're not gonna go up. It's very simple. That's where you have stops, right? That's where you have the market filter. Yeah, I listened to that interview too. Yeah, I don't even understand what PLTR does either. I don't care. Look, I don't understand what most of the stocks I own, I've ever owned in my life do. You just have to understand what the theme is. Like, am I doing detailed research on these things? No. I don't have the time or resources. That's why you follow price action and volume. Like, this is not ma and pa buying this stock. These are funds buying it. Look at the volume. These are funds buying it. Right? Same thing with Palantir. It's not ma and pa driving this thing. Shopify too. No, it's not ma and pa. These are funds buying it. Do I fully understand what Shopify does? No, I don't. I am Chia and I sure as hell don't know what the fuck. What the fuck is Elahara? Shows survival benefit in confirmation. I don't know what the fuck it means. Fuck does it mean? I don't know. But it sure as hell wasn't ma and pa buying here. Nope. It was funds. Exactly. Big funds, they do the research and I just trade off the charts. Well, I don't just trade off, you know, charts like randomly. Like, you need to have some kind of a news or a catalyst, right? Or theme. Yeah, UPSD. Funny thing, it's actually made a big move lately. I mean, can you guys remember, like, you those of you who were in my stream for like 2-3 years, you remember that when Mark Minervini was on CNBC and they asked what you know, he's like, oh, I'm long UPSD, and they asked him, what does it do, and he he pretended the sound broke up. He pretended he didn't hear them. That was the funniest thing ever. It's almost 2 years ago, guys. Or like 1.5 years ago. It was, I think it was on this day here, one of these days. It was near the top. I probably bought this breakout here. That was the funniest shit ever. And it's been this long already. Imagine how many trading days this is. I remember it like it was yesterday. Like, no hate to Mark Minervini, but I learned a lot from Mark Minervini's books. But that was a funny shit, man. And no one still knows what UPSD does. I don't know what it does. Yeah, I know. They do credit services. They do like subprime, right? I think they do subprime, or a lot of subprime. That's why the stock also went down this much, you know? Went down 98%, 96%. Oh yeah, I did the research on Tupperware, and now they're about to go bankrupt, right? Yep, now they're going bankrupt. You remember, guys? Tupperware in 2020 had some really good EPs and breakouts. Look at the EP it had here. Now it would have stopped you out this day here, but had some really great like breakout here. I did the fundamental research on it on the stream. Good times. Guys, you remember CLSK? The Head and Shoulders? You remember this one? 2-in-1 Mental Fresh? The Head and Shoulders pattern? Good times. Oh boy. Oh yeah, Kodak. Yeah, the bat pattern. What stock was that? The bat pattern. I don't remember the ticker. Yeah, which stock was that? Spy? The bat pattern? Let's see. I don't remember. Is it here maybe? Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, Nvidia earnings on Wednesday. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I can't imagine. Like, guys, I'm gonna show you something. Like, Nvidia had huge. Like, you see this little breakout it had here on January 9th. It had huge relative strength compared to the market. Like, look at what QQQs did. The QQQs pulled back, tested the lows from early October, early November, right? Look at Nvidia. Look at how much better it held up compared to the rest of the Qs, right? And then it had this breakaway breakout, a breakaway gap, and it's just only a double since. You know, these things matter. Like, if you see like a market pullback and you see a trending stock holding up much better, you know, that's a powerful sign. That's one of the other ways, you know, the funds they kind of draw the charts for us. It's how I found Nvidia back in October, AMD and Nvidia back in mid-October 2021. Huge relative strength. And AMD, this one actually broke out one day before the market. Look at the move it made. 50%. Nvidia too, big move. I don't remember which one I traded. I know I traded one of them. I think it was AMD. I'm pretty sure it was AMD because it broke out the day before. And then Nvidia, it broke out this day here. Huge relative strength. That's a good tool to have in your toolbox, guys. Oracle. I mean, it's ADR 1.4. Like what are you looking? This is like the. It's not even a boomer stock. It's like a silent generation stock. Look at the swings on this thing. Like 12%, 9%, 7%. Like ADR 1.4, guys. Focus on stocks at ADR 4 or 5 plus. And even better in the double digits. If QQQ does the exact same as Bitcoin and gold, it will pull back to 340.80. Wait. QQQs will pull back at 340.80. Okay. Alright, thanks. I think it's gonna go to 340.82, but, you know, let's agree to disagree. Excess highs. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, like Pradeep had a boot camp last July in Stockholm, and I went there, and I met the excess highs guy. That was some funny shit. Nice guy. We laughed about it. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I love, it's kind of funny. It's kind of a lot of fun meeting the community. Especially someone who have roasted on stream. It's kind of awkward. I'm like, oh. I'm like, I hope he didn't get hurt, me roasting him. But he was chill. We had a good laugh about it. Them and they, yeah. You never know when they show up. And who are they? They are the buyers when you're short the stock, and they are the shorts when you're long a stock. So that's who they are. You can always blame they or them. My stock is going down because of shorts. That's a classic. Or the market makers. That's an even better one. Yeah, or blame Kenny Boy. You can always... Like, guys, have you seen Kenny Boy net worth? Oh, his actual name is not Kenny Boy. What's his name? Ken Griffin. Remember we looked at it on stream last time? He was worth like 15, 16 billion. Look at this guy now. Everyone else had a bear market where they lost money or didn't make any money. This guy, he makes a cool 20 billion. You can always blame this guy for your losses. Yeah, that's the thing I used to do on the stream. Like Google Kenny Boy's net worth every couple of weeks. It was in, 14 billion, 15 billion, and it dropped back to 14. And boom, after this bear market, it's suddenly worth 35 billion. He's the OG. He really is. Yeah, that's the guy who shakes you out. That's the guy who guns for your stops. GFAI, yeah, guys, I almost bought this one here. Instead, I remember I bought BBAI. They all broke out the same day. BBAI, look at this. It barely went up. I got stopped out on this one. I bought Soundhound. It also broke out the same day. It didn't have any follow through. And GFAI, I remember I was looking at it. It was so illiquid, so I passed on it. And this is the one that goes up 500% in 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? So yeah, I was watching it intraday this day because the whole group was moving. AI broke out that same day too, I think. 321, like... no, AI, yeah, 331. No, AI was later. AI was this big day here. You bought Big Bear AI and expected a bull? Lol. Well, Sir Tori, I'm gonna tell you something. And listen carefully. The shittiest stocks make the biggest moves. Okay? Remember that. I remember when I bought Wayfair on this breakout here. Some guy on YouTube, he's like, you bought Wayfair, you should delete your account. Oh, but it only went up 46% in 3 weeks. And then I got stopped out when it closed below the... I think it was the 10 or the 20. I don't remember which one I used. So maybe that guy should have deleted his account. Yeah, look at BBBY, Bed Bath Beyond. It's now bankrupt. I bought this breakout here last August. Went up 150% in a few sessions. This was one of the bigger trades, probably the biggest trade last year for me. And then I shorted it, right? On day 4. Piece of shit. You have to remember something. Pretty much every stock out there is heading towards bankruptcy. It's just a time frame. All of these companies, guys, where are US stocks? You have to understand something. Look at this, 6517 stocks, listed stocks in the US market. In 10 years, most of these will be bankrupt. Remember that. Well, my trading has been shit. 2022, there were 2 big opportunity sets. 2022, last year. And I put, one of them was BBBY. Now this one, like I had some shitty months coming into August last year. So when I identified this BBBY, the high tide flag, like I looked at the 60-minute chart, it's been building higher lows, it got really tight, so it had great risk reward. I bought it in the, 11.7, I did half size, right? Because I was a little bit scared. I had a couple of shitty months behind me. I didn't want to lose money. I'm like, look, it goes, I'm gonna make decent amount of money. And I did half size. Big miss. And an even bigger miss was when I went to Poland in March after the Russia invasion, because I was getting some refugees. And, I got stuck on the stupid ferry because someone jumped or, fell overboard during the night. Anyways, what were the stocks? Indo? Like these things had perfect high tide flag breakouts. I remember buying this thing on this day here, 3rd of March. It shoot me out intraday. Like I bought this high tide flag breakout. Right here, this day here. Got shaken out. And I never rebought it because I was on the road. I wasn't paying attention these days here. I was traveling. I wasn't paying attention. I never rebought it and it went up 250%. It was liquid. Then we had, which ones were they? Wait, one sec, guys. I have to find the tickers. Like, what were it? IMP, right? EMTP. Yeah, this one too. Like these had great opportunity, like 5-star setups on the long and the short side. Look at the volumes on these things. Look at the volume on these things. Big volume. Look at the moves it made. Or these things made. They were like, wait, one sec. I have to find the. Okay. What happened here? Why is my Evernote not starting? Okay, now it's starting. Okay, now it crashed. What the fuck is going on? What do you mean Evernote installation? One sec, guys. It's trying to install an update or something. Oh, come on. I just updated this thing like a week ago. Now I'm updating again? Fuck off. I don't like that shit. All right. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, how do I search? Oh, here. Indo. All right, here we have. Oh, okay, here I have it. Okay, let's see here. All right. So check this out. Husa, IMPP, Husa, Indo, Husa, another one. Right, had perfect EP. Like this was a sector theme. There were big disconnects in the oil market. You have to look at the oil, what it did. Early March, USO was getting kind of extended. It went parabolic, right? Russia invaded somewhere here, and the oil markets and stuff. There was a big disconnect. So a lot of buying came into this small oil. They're all on their way to bankruptcy now. A huge volume. Look at this. Out of nowhere. 200 million shares traded. Now you have USEG, ENSV. Yeah, there were a lot of them. They had, perfect long and perfect short setups. This one wasn't as liquid. Now, they were like, that was a big opportunity both on the long and short side. But I did like half size, and I missed several of them because I wasn't paying attention. I was literally, driving my car when these things triggered. I had to get to the ferry, and I was in a rush, and huge missed opportunity. It had to be on those days when I was traveling. I'm so pissed off. If I'd caught these full size, if I was not traveling, I would have had, at least a break-even year instead of a losing year. It is what it is. Yeah, Kenny Boy knows my travel plans. MLTX, I mean, okay, what's the setup here? Like, what's the setup here? It's just a choppy name. Didn't you buy the dip on a Russian ruble or ruble? Yeah, I had Yandex. Where is it? I thought there was gonna be a bigger bounce in these, but nope. And I didn't hold them overnight either, because there was a serious delisting risk, which also happened. And that RSX ETF, was it the RSX? Yeah, this one too. Like I thought these things were gonna have a bigger a bounce, but no. And talking about buying the dip and stuff, what's the one? First, was it First Republic? No. What was the name? FRC, right? Yeah, this one. This one had a serious bounce here. 2-day bounce. I remember I was watching it live. And on this day here too, but when you get situations like this, I mean, buying on long side, like let's say parabolic stocks on the long side, are just so much scarier, because these things can really get halted and you're done. Your equity is worthless. Like look at this day here, it bounced like 100% intraday. Here it bounced 170% in 2 sessions, right? But it's super scary to do. That's why I only trade, almost only trade parabolics on the short side. Long side, it's just a big different game. And there were many of them. WAL, big bounce intraday, 300% overnight. Look at this. I remember I was watching these. I think I even traded one of these on like small size, but I'm like, holy shit, there's no way I'm gonna do size on these things. No fucking way. Too scary. How's my little... Oh, Trupania? No, the bank didn't give it to me. It's just I tested their like trading functionality. Like I bought this Trupanion somewhere in 2019 at, I don't know, $30 or something. Maybe even 2018. And then it went to like 160 early last year or late 2021. And now it's back to where... Actually, now I'm down on it. Because it's just a tiny position. I never bothered to sell it. I just realized, look, their trading functionality is pretty shit. I'm not going to use my bank for trading stocks. And I still have it. I never held a stock for this long. It's probably a piece of shit. I don't know. They do like pet insurance. I don't know. I don't even remember why I bought it. Whatever. Bill, I know it had an EP the other day. Yeah. Not much follow through, but it's kind of getting tight here. And if you're into breakouts, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Not for me. It's not as good as the other ones like Palantir and Uber when they like broke a multi-year range. Like this one is still kind of down in the drain. ATLX from April what, 10? Yeah, it had a nice breakout here. But it had an even nicer EP here. Disregard this. This is some kind of on, I don't know what it is, but if you zoom here where we get the actual data, like yeah, it had a big EP here, big volume EP. Thought we saw you enter Carvana yesterday. Did you stop out and re-enter? No. I still have it since yesterday. Yeah, Leg and my girlfriend is in this one. Another one, Biotech EP. Look at this. Broke a multi-year range. This is exactly what you want. Broke a multi-year range and huge volume. Look at the follow-throughs. You know, nice move. This is what you want. This is what you want to look for in like a great EP. There's been so many the past few months. So many. Just insane opportunities, especially for you guys who have like smaller accounts, because there's so many of the micro cap ones. Like she's in MVST, for example, you know, very thin small cap stock, but you know, hasn't had a lot of follow through. But she bought this one yesterday, ENVB. She bought opening range highs. Look at the volume. Traded like, I think it had traded like 5 minutes after the open. It had traded like 3 million shares or something, and it doubled intraday after the entry. She sold a quarter into strength and she's holding the rest, right? That's just from yesterday. Like there's been so many recently. Fubo, another one. She bought this one. Hasn't had like a lot of follow through, but you know, it's kind of flagging. Maybe it's gonna have a follow through to 253 eventually, or it's gonna fail. I don't know. She's in Celsius. This one I missed. I don't know why I didn't buy it. Another one, you know. New all-time highs, big volume, good earnings, right? Picture perfect. Hasn't had like a lot of follow through yet, but we'll see. Maybe in a few weeks or months. You gotta give these things time. Sometimes it takes some time before they get going. Some they go straight up, like MDGL made all of its move in the first 4 days. 210 was my entry, went up 50% 4 days, but not all of them are gonna be as explosive. Yeah, Take-Two, it's just, I don't know, I don't like the stock, how it trades. It's choppy. It's, even in 2020, 21, 21, it didn't make a big move. It's a very choppy stock. Look how mean reverting it is, all over the place, right? I don't like these types of stocks. I always pass. I want, things that have traded clean in the past, like Celsius. Look at the big move it made in 2020. It just trades much cleaner. And it had much better numbers too. Celsius ADR 4.5, Take-Two ADR 2.5. Like you shouldn't really trade stocks below ADR 4. I mean, yeah, can they make big moves sometimes? Yeah, but the fail rate is much higher. I have a few of them because they're liquid. But most of the stocks I have, ADR 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13. Those are the ones. Note, another AI piece of shit. A whole watch list, 81 of these that are AI related in one way or another. Most of them are piece of shit. This Oprah had like an EP here, and it's actually would have gotten stopped out here, but big move. Yeah, whatever. Arlo, yeah, this one had a big EP back in March, huge volume. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at the move. And I had another EP a couple of weeks ago, last week. Yeah, if you want a simple method that really, takes, you can do the scan, like pre-market scan. Look at what's gapping. You come to the market, 15, 20, 30 minutes before it opens. You do the research on these. Look at the ones that are gapping up 10, 15%. Then you let them open up. Wait first 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. Look at the volume, right? And look at the news. Like, is it good news? Now, this one had shitty earnings. Negative revenue growth. But the market was obviously looking for this thing to have better numbers in the future. I haven't checked the recent numbers. But price action and volume is the important part. And there's just so much opportunity out there. And you don't have to sit with 8 screens like a fucking idiot. It's so funny that the video I posted on Twitter from last week, when I traded from the boat, someone's like, yeah, it looks sketchy. No successful real trader would trade on a laptop from a boat. I mean, it's so stupid, man. So stupid. Maybe that's what a lot of successful traders do. I mean, like literally, like if you made it, you want to sit in a fucking office rest of your life looking into 8 monitors. I mean, some people kind of like it. I don't want to do that. I want to live my life. Oh man, so many dumb people out there. Alright guys, I don't think I have anything more to add. I'm getting hungry. I need to go eat something. My cat just jumped up on my table. If you noticed. Alright guys, great. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday.